Today's talk is called a Trinity of Possibility. How many here got taught the Trinity when you were growing up in the world of your religious training? You all know it means what? The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit? Yes?
Yes.
Is that what it is for you? Yeah. Well, in unity. In my version of it, that's what you get every Sunday. We're talking about it meaning freedom, salvation, and liberation. Yes? Are you ready for some freedom, salvation, and liberation? That's the sign of the cross, the vertical and the horizontal coming together right here now in this moment. Freedom, salvation, and liberation. That's what we're here for. We spoke last week, we ended with the three things that Judy Canado in her book said that she knows. She was facing a catastrophic illness in her life situation, cancer. And it just completely threw her for a loop. It transported her from where she was to a whole new place. And she wanted to figure out, well, what is it that I know to be true? And the truth is, that's what we tell you in unity. It doesn't matter what I think about it. What do you know to be true for you? How do you apply it in your own life? Take whatever concept or idea from Paula and classes and Barry Dennis coming and Course in Miracles, whatever you're learning, and apply it to your life. And if it works for you, do it. If it doesn't, then let something else teach you. But learn to get connected and listen to that quiet, still place within you that knows all the answers already. And you're just looking for cues to see it in the world of appearances. And she said, I know these things to be true. Really, at the level of the deepest being. I know love, and love never excludes or separates. I know freedom, that never lets fear or ego have the final say. And I know that I am not alone. That we are all one, and we're connected to that oneness. In the name of freedom, salvation, and liberation, we know these things to be true and really be self-evident if we have the eyes to see. And our teachings that help us develop that kind of knowingness, that kind of deeper listening, come from three traditions that you know I like a lot: Christianity, Buddhism, and Hinduism. They all talk about the situation of the human condition. They stop there. They say there's something not right with the human condition. They notice something. Jesus noticed the condition of sin, which means missing the mark. Missing the mark. Sin means separation. Anytime you see the word sin in the Bible, it means feeling separate from God. That's the only problem any of us have, feeling separate from God. And when we line ourselves back up and hit the target, the mark of our oneness with God, we experience what Jesus called the kingdom of heaven consciousness. He called it the kingdom of Allah. That's the word that was spoken in the Aramaic. Allah means oneness, sacred union, connectedness. Buddha saw it as suffering. Suffering. The condition is suffering. The Hindus see it as illusion, illusion, illusion. So each one of the teachers who represents that tradition decided to embark on an adventure like you are in your life of finding out if there was a way out of that conditioned world of appearances. And each one of them found a path that we can use to help us awaken as well. And that's what we're following here, that path to awakening beyond the conditions of the appearances that rise and fall, come and go in our life. So Buddha said, after his enlightenment, I teach suffering and the end of suffering. I show how it arises and how it ends. Jesus said, I teach you the oneness of the kingdom of heaven right now, present, not in the future, but right here and right now. In the Hindu tradition, Rama, Paramahansa Yogananda, all the sages of India, they taught the way out of this idea of illusion is liberation. So they each of them taught freedom, salvation, and liberation. They said, here's how you do it, and here's the blueprint for how you do it. The first thing you do is you see what the conditioned responses in you are. You look at them. You look at it. You become aware of what those conditioned thought, word, deed, habit patterns are in you. How you get caught up in that thought stream over and over and over again, and you jump in, and then you find yourself seeking and do not finding, going down that road, saying what you wished you hadn't said, doing what you wished you hadn't done. You understand what I'm talking about? You get caught up in that. Just bringing awareness that, oh, there's that thought stream. There's my conditioned responses. Something shifts in you. When you have a moment of just being aware of your conditioned responses, no matter what you're going through, something changes in you, and you become aware of that which watches those conditioned responses. That which watches those conditions and those responses is what we call God. When you witness what you're getting caught up in, something bigger unfolds in you. And you bring that silent awareness with you wherever you go, and your life begins to change and shift because you're noticing what's going on inside of yourself. You're bringing awareness, and you're beginning to listen to something deeper than just the raucous noise of the chattering world outside of us. It's a wonderful time when that happens, a wonderful moment when you get that deeper listening to something other than your conditioned responses. Mother Teresa said it this way in your first lesson summation point. Mother Teresa was once asked in an interview what she said to God in her prayers. She said, I don't say anything. I just listen. Well, what does God say back to you from your prayers? He doesn't say anything. He just listens. And if you don't understand, I can't teach it to you. So it's about listening, listening, listening. Yeah. That's the secret. Listen. When I'm listening better to the Spirit of God in me, I'm listening better to you. I'm listening better to me. I'm listening better to what the cues are in the world of appearances that I'm not hearing. I'm a better partner, a better husband, a better minister. Whatever my life is about, if I'm listening more deeply and taking time to connect with that which knows already within me, then I infuse that with whatever it is I choose or don't choose to do in my life. It's a course in listening. We all need to practice it. Over, yeah, you're shaking your head. Over, and how often must I practice deeper listening? Again and again. What am I not hearing? What can I listen to? There's a Spirit of God in you that's just below the surface of where you live most of the time. And it knows. And when you listen to it, it speaks and lives and moves through you. Not telling you exactly what you should do. Why doesn't God answer my prayers? I'm looking for a sign. God, answer my prayers. And how many times have we said that God is not answering my prayers? I'm looking for a sign here. I want something to change. Deepen your listening. Deepen your listening. That's the practice, over and over and over again. Watch the conditioned responses that you habitually make in the world. And then the kingdom of Aha is here. So I was fine 3 weeks ago. I was taking a run. I was taking my usual run. Running down the road, I'm making my little corner turn over here. I'm going down to Wilmington Park, and I'm just traveling along, and I'm just feeling the sense of the presence, and God is with me. And I look over, and oh look, on the lawn, on the corner there is this thing attracting me. It's an appearance, of course, just an illusion. It's Maya, of course, but it's a motorcycle. It's a Harley Davidson motorcycle. It says, for sale. For sale. Don't go fully yet. It's for sale. And I went, Harleys, I don't want Harleys. Had bikes 45 years. I've always thought they were much to do about nothing. Too much noise. I run by it. I'm fine. I'm still free. Still free. 6 miles later, I come back. I'm running down the road. Yeah, wow. And the guy who's selling the bike is there. And he says, hey, I saw you looking at my bike. He says, do you want to take it for a ride? And I said, this must be a sign. And he throws the keys to me up in the air. And I take my ride on my Harley Davidson. Not mine yet, but for the moment it is. Start it up. Boom, boom, boom. Shaking like crazy. Much to do about nothing. Noise. And I take it to my driveway where Maureen comes out and goes, what are you doing now? What is this? And I said, well, it's the bike, it's for sale. The guy down the corner right near our house must be a sign, he's there. And Maureen looks at it and she goes, gee, it's kind of low, and my leg, when it's working, I'll be able to get it over and sit on it. The back, she liked it. She kind of liked it. She kind of liked it. Da, 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 da. She puts it back in my ballpark. She doesn't tell me what to do. She just says, yeah, let's see what's this. This is your gig, not mine. But I love to go riding, and we like to go traveling on bikes. We've had them 45 years. We use them to explore the places where we live. You know, maybe we'll do it again. And she leaves it up to me. So the illusion is now mine. I leave it, I park it. Okay, so, and then I did what all metaphysicians do. I started to beat myself up. Well, what is this about? Do I really need a motorcycle? I'm 62 years old. Do I need a little 400, 250 something gets 80 miles per gallon? That's more like me now, 62. Barry Dennis is coming over to visit us. He's 40 something. Your energy feels different at 40 something. You people know what I'm talking about. He's got this juice. I'm writing a book and I'm going to be a star and I'm an Oprah and blah, blah, blah. Well, used to be Oprah anyway. And I'm sitting there going, I'm in the room and I'm going, what am I doing in this room? I don't know why I came into this room. Where are my glasses? Why am I standing in front of the refrigerator? That's about all I can get out there. I'm like 62. So what is this about? Why? And then I start to overanalyze it, and then I make a big thing about it. It's like I'm all caught up in seek and do not find conditioned responses. And this went on, my friends. Maureen will attest to it, for 2 weeks. I just kept going by this house and going, I want a sign, God, please give me a sign. And then the bike would be gone for 2 days, and I'd go, God took it out of my hands, that was the sign. No, it'll be back again. It really needs a windshield. If I had a windshield, I'd buy that bike I want. I come back 2 days later, there's a windshield. I'm talking about you now. This is you. This is you. This is us, isn't it? It's us being caught up in our neighbor's yard and wanting one more thing. And I'm looking at that and trying to be aware of what is God's answer for me. God's answer is, I am that I am. Whatever you label a thing will become for you. Enjoy or don't enjoy, it'll be your choice and you'll get the results of whatever choice you make and you'll learn from it either way. Have fun, enjoy. What are you making such a big deal about? I am with you always. I'm with you always. I'm with you always, always, always. So I call Carl Anthony up on the phone on Monday when I can't decide what to do. It's the end of the day, I haven't called the guy back. And Carl Anthony says, bye, 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 bye. I want you to get that bike, you can talk, blah, blah, blah. Judy Canado in her book, and I'm not comparing my delirious illusion with her life-threatening situation. But I'm telling you, when you're suffering, you're suffering. It doesn't matter whether it's life-threatening, because in that moment you're feeling separate. And I was suffering from it. It doesn't matter whether it's little or big. For you, it's your suffering, right? Whatever it is, whether it's the move you're going through, or the situation at work, or your home, or with your child, or how small or big it is, it's the same thing. It's still suffering, and you're still being stuck in it. And she said, when she was going through her situation, she only wanted to tell friends who would be there for her and hold freedom, salvation, and liberating thoughts for her. That's what she wanted. She didn't want anyone trying to fix her, tell her whether she should do this, have chemo, not have chemo, do this, do that. She just wanted people who would be a listening presence for her. That's what she wanted. Just knowing that people would be listening without judging. And then I thought about another part in the book where she said, it kind of reminded me of this warm puppy pile of people who were holding sacred space for me. Do you feel that? What that's like? A bunch of puppies all together on a bed, just or a floor, just holding this warm, luscious, oozing space of the presence, this warm presence that doesn't judge, just as present and there for you, warming you up to these teachings. And then I thought about Unity of Wilmington. And for me, Unity of Wilmington, if it's anything, is a great big huge puppy pile. You know what I'm saying? We're just here to warm up to each other and be present with each other. We don't tell you what to think. We don't tell you what to buy. We don't tell you what to think. We don't tell you what you should or should not believe. What we tell you is the Spirit of God within you is greater than any appearance. When you warm up to the teachings, God will give you the answer you need when you need it at the time you need it. And for some people, not having it outlined is very frustrating. I want to know exactly what I'm supposed to do, when I'm supposed to do it. And the truth is, God always says yes. The Spirit's always flowing through us, and it'll be a result of the choices that we make. And either way, we're going to learn because it's all about freedom, salvation, and liberation. To live in Seattle, to live in Wilmington, to live in New York, to do or not to do, it doesn't matter. God just says yes. So our practices, if they're doing anything, are helping us deepen our listening to the witness that watches. And as the watch grows in us, we realize it's God watching, and we're watching with God, and God starts watching with us. And then whatever you choose to do is, of course, fine, as long as it doesn't harm anybody else and produces more kindness and forgiveness and compassion in the world, and whatever choice you make is fine. Stop beating yourself up. I live in the Western world. Friends, I'm always looking at my neighbor's yard. It's just what it is. I want to be really non-attached, but the truth is I'm not. I'm a Westerner. I'm not living in India somewhere 20,000 years ago. I'm living in the United States of America. So I watch those things that I think I'm going to buy to make me feel happy and more complete. And then if I choose to buy them, I know maybe it won't work, but maybe I need to learn the lesson one more time. Yeah? Huh? Yeah? So there it is. There it is. So the day goes by on Monday. I never call the guy back, get the pep talk from my friend Carl Anthony on the phone. And then the next morning I wake up and I'm clear. I'm going to do it. If it's still for sale, because I didn't call him back on Monday. Call him up, but it is for sale. I did get it. I took it down the street, and now it is in my garage. There is the 500-pound deluded state of consciousness in my garage. Boom, 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 shaking up and down the street, and all the guys on the block are like, oh, that's so nice. You know, you have a Harley, and so what? So what? Now I got to make room for it in my garage. Do you hear what I'm saying? Every time you purchase something and buy it, you got to make room for it. And then who has to take care of it? You do. Every plant you buy at the Arboretum, right? It's like Maureen goes, I want this plant and this plant and this plant. Who's going to take care of it? That's going to take time. You got to weed it. You got to take care of it. You got to water it. Every decision that you make has a price, right? You got to be willing to pay that price. And God will always say yes to whatever choices you make, whatever they are. They can be and can actually deepen your practice of freedom, salvation, and liberation. Yeah, it can do that as long as you realize what it is and see the conditioned responses. It keeps looking for something else to complete yourself. So I got this pipe. 2 days later, I'm driving down the street. The guy's on the corner. There's another Harley. Same guy, same guy. He told me he was getting another one. And I stop in and I pull in and I go, oh, nice Harley. You told me you were getting another one. And his is better than mine. His is 200 cc's bigger. It has the gas gauge I don't have on my bike. I don't know whether it's empty or it's full. And it also has a fuller windshield and an extra back for my backrest. Oh, that would be so nice for me and Maureen. And I'm going, I see you conditioned responses. I'm not going to go by this house anymore, that's for sure. Freedom, salvation, and liberation, we offer ourselves to the teachings over and over again. So let's look at a couple of lesson summation points. So Mother Teresa was asked what she said in her prayers to God. Don't say anything, just listen. What does God say to you in reply to your prayers? He doesn't say anything. He just listens. We're learning what that means, just to listen. Just to listen. Just to listen. 2, we all need a direct experience of that which listens, just listens. Through our listening, the witness blossoms and grows within us. We begin to have a direct encounter of that which is beyond our current conditioning. It won't mean that we will or won't do things. It just means we realize, oh, this is part of my conditioned response. And do it with more joy and less guilt. Oof. As you head out on the highway, looking for adventure in whatever comes your way. Don't try to make it happen, my friends. Allow it to happen, because that's what you're here for. In the name of freedom, salvation, and liberation, I offer myself to these teachings. They're not just true for Jesus, not just true for Buddha, not just true for Krishna or Rama or Paramahansa Yogananda. All these teachings in our Western world, with the world we live in, are true for us. Right? What's true of the one is true of the many. So, a couple of mornings ago, I woke up and we've had our grandchild at our house with their dog, little Whippet Chihuahua, that's not biting me anymore finally. Growls a little bit, but not biting anymore. He kind of loves me. He loves me a lot, actually. He really does. We've gotten very close. And we're in a pile on the bed. It's myself, it's Maureen, it's the Whippet, you know, underneath the covers because he's always shivering because he has no hair. And then there's Havasu and Emerson. And I'm thinking to myself, in the warmth of that presence at 6:45 in the morning, it doesn't get any better than this. Because this is God in this moment. In the name of freedom, in the name of oneness, in the name of salvation. Thank you, God, for this precious, holy instant in time. Let me be present for all of it. So my friends, get on the highway and get out there and enjoy your life. God always says yes. Don't be afraid to let everything become a practice of awakening to who you are. It will not just be for you, but for the benefit of all beings everywhere. Namaste.
Namaste.
I wanted to bring the bike, by the way, to the church. Maureen would not let me do it. So I said, well, at least I'm bringing my helmet. And if you notice, I brought a picture of Yogananda in my helmet. If you haven't seen it, this Yogananda said to me, honey, get your motor running. I love you. I was from India. You're from the West. Go ahead and do your best shot to awaken to who you are. I will be there with you always. Yes? Don't hide from me. I'm everywhere. I'm present. Right here. Right now. Right where you are. Yes?